How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to boost and improve your iPhone signal strength. So if you've got a really bad reception, as I've got here on my iPhone, so maybe 1 or 2 bars, or maybe even no service, I'm gonna help you out and I'm gonna show you how to improve that. So you're gonna get better phone calls, better reception, better 4G, 5G, and so on. And the good thing is, it doesn't matter where you are in the world and which iPhone you've got, this is completely universal. Let's get started. So there are actually two very important things to keep in mind when we're talking about phone reception and signal strength. One has to do with the software, and we're gonna start with that, and the other one has to do with your environment. So I'm gonna talk about that in a second, okay? So the first thing you have to do is open up your settings and then cellular. And if you have multiple lines, multiple numbers, as I've got here, you will see the eSIMs, right? Maybe you have 2, maybe you have even more than 2, maybe you just have 1, but the process is exactly the same. What you're gonna do is actually tap on the number, and if you just have one number, you're gonna come straight to this page, right? And then tap on network selection. That's the important thing to do here. What we're gonna wanna do is actually disable automatic selection, because this is set on by default. So then your iPhone will automatically choose the correct network based on the line, based on the number. But the thing is, when we manually select it, we get better results. So as you can see right here on this line, I'm using this carrier from Brazil, all right? But as I said, you're gonna choose your carrier. Since we are manually choosing it, right, you're gonna need to choose the correct one. So let's come back here. Don't worry, it won't change anything right now, right? So hang on. If you have multiple SIMs, you're gonna need to do this for all of them. So go ahead and choose the other one, and then network selection once again, and then disable automatic once again, let it do its thing. And now I'm using this other carrier right here, tap on it once again, and then we're good to go. So we have manually selected both our carriers. And when you take a look at this, you won't see any difference, right? Like it's even worse, like 1 bar and 2 bars. And the thing is, we actually need the extra step, which is to enable airplane mode, because when we do that, what we're doing here is pretty much resetting our cellular reception, right? So we're gonna need to wait like 5 to 10 seconds just to make sure we lose, right, the reception, we lose connection, and then we're gonna reconnect. And we're just gonna need to re-enable airplane mode. So tap on it once again, it's gonna re-enable it, and as you can see, it's gonna find once again, and we will get better results instantaneously. As you can see, 3 bars on both, sometimes even better, just by doing this simple resetting process with the manual selection. But the thing is, even though this tip, this little trick is very nice, it won't really solve 100%, because after some time, the reception will get back to normal. As you can see right here, it just will get back to normal. You will get better results for maybe a few minutes maximum, but after that, it will come back to normal, because there is simply no magic trick right here, because if you're getting a low reception, it's probably because your environment is bad for a cellular reception. And that's point number 2 that I mentioned in the intro of this video. I'm currently recording this video in my studio, in my house, and in this room specifically, the signal is really poor, as you can see, because I've got thick walls, I've got, of course, all the acoustics and a lot of equipment right here, so a lot of interference, so that's why reception is really bad. But sometimes, just by moving from one room to another, in your house or in your office or in your school, your university, no matter where you are, sometimes just by moving around a little bit, you will get great reception, especially if you are in an urban area. Let me show you something that will actually blow your mind. And then by simply coming back to the studio, again, I've got here the same bad reception. So that's something to keep in mind, right? Think about software, think about this little trick that I gave you that will help you out, even if sometimes it won't reflect here on the bars, but trust me, it will improve reception by a little bit. It will help you out. But most importantly, you got to think about your environment. So if you are in a really remote place, maybe in a farm or something like that, where there's simply no reception or reception is really weak, think about this. Think about buying a cell booster. As you can see right here, we've got a ton of options from many multiple brands, many multiple models. As you can see, some of them are pretty expensive, but depending on where you are and how much you need your reception, you will need to actually buy some of this. All right, I'm gonna actually have this link in the description so you can go ahead and check it out. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's what you need to know about cellular reception on your iPhone. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one as usual. Bye bye, guys.